So I wanted to go over this video. It's only 11 minutes long, so there's not much content left in this third part. But there is, in fact, a third part to this Ubisoft insider debacle that he is currently having. So let me catch you up really quick, and then we'll get into it. If you guys don't know, Shohei Kondo, he has an insider that works at Ubisoft. And this insider has been giving a ton of information. And he's been doing an interview that's been ongoing for a couple of days now. And he's been making a video every time he compiles a bunch of information and puts it into a video. He uses AI to read the person's statements, obviously, because he doesn't want the person found. And there's been some really good info. I've thoroughly enjoyed the first two parts. And this is the third part right here that we're going to finalize on. He says that this is the last part. There's going to be no more after this. So it's 3 parts total. So let's check out what the insider has to say in this video and see if there's anything interesting. I have not watched it. I have not seen it because I didn't even do a video on it, which I'm kind of regretting because I would have loved to do a video on it. But I'll record one later, I'm sure. So let's react to it now and see what he's got to say. Let's do it.
So this episode will be the last episode of this interview. In the previous interview, I asked it was made in China, about Half-Life shrines and the kind of stuff. But in this video, I want to introduce their actual voice. I mean, I say they, but the person who I interviewed is just one person, someone who was at Ubisoft when Assassin's Creed Shadow was developed. So, but it's very strong, and whether you hate or defend or like, just forget about that. I really want to listen to their voice because wherever your standing position is, I'm sure their voice touch your heart. And I ask a little deeper questions.
Deeper questions. The conversation took place over text and emails. I kept the original writing as much as possible, only changing the grammar to avoid identification through writing style while preserving the insider's intended message. Here we go. See what we got.
I was wondering what they think about like a content creator like me.
Hold on. What do you think content creators like me can do to help improve the situation or support developers who feel afraid to speak up? Smash JT, hope you're watching.
I think it's important for content creators making justified criticism of a game to be as detailed as possible. Let the corporations know why you dislike the game. Don't focus on the superficial level, but go deeper into the core of the problem. In most cases, the people in charge will stick to their decisions as long as possible and always blame lower levels or external factors. They only see commercial failure coming from 2 possible reasons. The game needed a bit of extra polish, or the target audience for such a game is too competitive or too small.
In Japan, a lot of people are talking about the concept art recently leaked, and it used Aso Jinja that was broken because of the Kumamoto earthquake, and they mentioned about it.
Oh, wait, what? Go back. Hold on. What's that?
People talking about.
Oh, I can't. Wait, hold on. This is the English Assassin's Creed Shadows concept art. Ubisoft, terrible racist company using earthquake damage for business. Aso Shrine, a national treasure, collapsed in 2016 Kumamoto earthquake. Japanese houses collapsed in the 2018 northern Osaka earthquake. Wait, so the concept art used a bunch of AI? Basically, is that what I'm understanding here? The concept art used a bunch of AI and kind of put together an image and they slopped on Yasuke? Is that what I'm understanding here? That's how it looks. It looks like they combined a bunch of images and made a total image out of that. Interesting.
The concept art recently leaked, and it used Aso Jinja that was broken because of the Kumamoto earthquake, and they mentioned about it.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the outrage online regarding this artwork. I do know a little about how Ubisoft handles the topic of concept art from coworkers' experiences. The process of using real photography or other art as source material to build another concept piece is very common in the industry. Some art teams use it more or less depending on their personal preferences. Each concept art piece is reviewed by the artist manager, who will ask questions about it and should identify the origin or inspiration for the work.
People are saying they looked it up and used it as references, but my thing is it matches exactly. So I feel like they took the image and superimposed it onto one giant concept because it matches damn near one for one. And I know obviously you can draw it in that way, but I just feel like they would use AI to replicate that particular piece and then superimpose it onto something else. That's how it looks anyway.
In the specific case of the ASO shrine, we can only speculate whether
What
the
up, Will?
creator or the lead was aware that this inspiration was in poor taste or subject to cultural outrage if it were to go public. Keep in mind that the majority of these concept arts are made for internal use only, so some might consider it acceptable to use them. However, the moment a concept art piece is considered for public use, it must go through Ubisoft's legal team for validation. The creator of the art might not even be aware of this. The legal team's job is to avoid problems like this, which in this case, they completely failed to do.
So this was never meant to get out then. Either it was meant to, or no, it wasn't meant to get out because it was leaked. So the concept art got leaked. Bro, there are people inside Ubisoft that clearly fucking hate this company. Right? I think that's fair to say. There are people within Ubisoft that want to see Ubisoft get torn down for whatever that reason may be. Or they just genuinely want to tear it. Like, it's very clear. It's very clear. And these are probably the employees that got shunned during all of the DEI hiring practices that have taken over the companies over the last 4 years. And now they feel like they can get revenge. Now, all it takes is that one person to do it. And everybody else will follow, usually, as long as it's successful. So you had one insider be successful. Then you had another insider be successful. But what are the chances that this is purposeful? What are the chances that perhaps this is an outside investor that is desperately trying to get Ubisoft for cheap? What if it's Tencent, right? It just think about that for a second. What if it is investors that want to hurt Ubisoft so they could buy the company for cheaper? I mean, yeah, that's conspiracy level, but I'm just saying. It just all of these insiders, all of this leaked stuff for one game. I don't know, dude. It just feels very purposeful for whatever that reason may be.
This happened in July 2024. At this point, I'm sure they were asked to be extra careful in the future for AC shadows, which they have once again failed to do with the ASO shrine. You might think I keep putting the blame on Ubisoft's publishing department, while as a developer myself, I am protecting my own peers. In reality, I am focusing on the publisher's role in the release of a game because I think the public knows far less about their work than they do about the developers.
I have 2 points of view in this case. As an artist, I have the artist background. Yes, the tracing is everywhere. Sometimes people use it just for tracing, but some people use it conceptually like a collage. But in this case,
Exactly. Aradakis says that almost every other thing in this game is controversial. That's why I feel that this is a huge deal, right? Like this feels purposeful. A lot of this feels purposeful. I don't want to call it manufactured necessarily. I just feel like the leaks themselves are purposeful. The insiders are purposeful. And all of it seems to be fueled. And like I said, it could be fueled by an investor that wants to buy this company that they know this company is about to sell. And they're hoping to get this company for as cheap as possible, right? Tencent, whatever company you want to talk about. It just none of this, with all of these leaks, there's just no way somebody can say this is just a one-off person. This is a coordinated effort. I just don't know to what magnitude it is, but it definitely is a coordinated effort. I just feel like that.
An artist, tracing is pretty understandable. But as a Japanese, it's a culture thing, I think. But we wanted to see more respect because we've seen a lot of unrespect part in this game, right? So we know. They made a statement like a sorry but no sorry statement. But after that, seeing what they did feels like they're real mixed. No.
Vladek said it was George Floyd's ghost.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
George Floyd's ghost. Nice one, Kladex. Nice.
Sorry. So I have like a both perspective about it. But as they said, it might use for just internal communication only. We don't know. But if they are going to publish the book, they really need to change a little bit. Even they trace that things. That's kind of respect. So here, next one is not question. I asked them some message, like I want to express them whatever they want. And this, I really want you to listen. That's the message for Ubisoft from them.
Message
At
for
Ubisoft,
Ubisoft.
we've been told many times, our number one priority is and will always be to protect our employees from any sort of violence or harassment online. This is not something we can tolerate. Yet the way they protect us seems to be through complete silence, both internally and externally, forbidding us as developers from having a voice publicly about our own games. After the announcement of Shadows and the variety of interviews that came with it, backlash started. At first, they tried to respond to some criticisms with a very corporate and unapologetic tone, which backfired.
I think what they mean was the sorry but no sorry statement. I think I'll put the link down below in the description.
We acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. After that, they simply decided, it seems, to cowardly ignore everything, a strategy of silence probably born from the idea of not making things worse.
But that does make things worse, though. That does make things worse. You cannot. Okay, I understand. I get it, right? Companies have been trained to just remain quiet during any backlash unless it's so detrimental that they have to say something. But at this point, I'm going to argue that there has been so many leaks between actual images leaked, videos leaked, insiders. You guys are hemorrhaging. You're hemorrhaging so much blood, and then you refuse to bandage yourself, not even once. Well, to be fair, no. You did bandage yourself once, barely, with that statement you made to Japan and the Japanese gamers. But even they roasted that, so it doesn't even matter anyway. They're literally hemorrhaging, and they don't want to do anything about it.
But this does not make me feel safe or protected at all. I want to send a direct message to Ubisoft's publishing department.
So this is the message for Ubisoft publishing department. I didn't know who they are, but I think reason why they reached out me, I think they want to spread this message.
So you know what's so sad? It's so sad that an employee inside of Ubisoft has to reach out to a YouTuber in order to get their message across to the company, because they can't just say it within the company. Otherwise, they're screwed. How sad is that? They got to go through an outside source to talk to the company that they work for. It's so ridiculous, bro.
You are out of touch with your community and your development teams. You want to control everything about the games we developers create for you, yet you don't understand us or what we are trying to do and say.
Wow.
When you speak for us, your messages are hollow and do not resonate with the majority of players. We developers need to work more closely with you and share responsibility for external communication strategy and execution. Please trust the creators of the games more. Allowing more of them to talk publicly and more freely about the games will result in a more sincere message, and players will be more receptive. Just look at what Larian is doing with Baldur's Gate or what PlayStation is doing.
Did you guys hear about the rumor regarding Larian or Baldur's Gate? I talked about it right at the end of Hypnocast last night before I signed off, because it was breaking news at the time. But it's not looking good.
Doing with Helldivers in terms of communication. Stop with the Ubisoft original branding. Let each studio have its own name and identity.
Sounds like this person have confidence that most developers around them agree with what they're saying. So I hope they listen to this. And the last one, I feel really supported, and I'm so glad I made the video. Even
I'll tell you guys what happened with Larian. Just let's finish this video and we'll talk about it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Really backlash in positive and negative, but I'm so glad I did. And I really appreciate you guys. So I asked them, according to the previous interviews, this person is one of my viewer, like pretty old viewer, before I talked about Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I asked them if they have some message for viewers. And this is also touching.
Oh, here we go. The message to us. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the insiders got to say to us.
Viewers, you have the ultimate power to change the video game industry. By buying or not buying a game, you send publishers a clear message about the kinds of games they should make in the future. Unfortunately, it takes years for the next generation of games to reflect your preferences. I know that internally, some projects currently in the conception phase are genuinely committed to fresher game design models for Ubisoft. Will those projects be approved for production? Will Ubisoft HQ influence the design to change into something more traditional? I do not know, but in such a big corporation, it will take at least another 2 or 3 years to see any changes learned from the failures of 2024. As a gamer and a fan of Ubisoft's older games, I feel conflicted, but I have to admit that I hope AC Shadows fails commercially, even if it means I might lose my job or have to suffer through Ubisoft being bought out by a corporation that could be even worse for us in the future. I am truly sorry if my discussion has caused pain for other employees, but I do not believe Ubisoft can heal and change for the better by itself. It needs to fail harder to undergo the internal revolution necessary to be reborn into something better. I hope I am proven wrong, and that there is a world where Shadows can be a commercial success while we still rebuild a better Ubisoft afterward.
Nope.
Only time will tell.
I really don't know what to say about
Doubt it.
after this. So what
Doubt
I
it.
can do is just try and
It's so It's so sad that this man has to talk through a YouTuber because his company won't listen to him. It really is, dude. I can't get over that. I can't get over that. A company that claims to be all about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and yet you have an employee here that is reaching out to a YouTuber because he feels like his voice is not heard from the company. It's unbelievably sad. Neurotonic says you should have him on. I've tried reaching out to Shohei, and he did not respond. So, but I tried.
to spread this message as much as I can. I see a lot of
Like the stream, boys. We're going to go over the
video
Baldur's Gate rumor now.
about these interviews. Any content creator has their freedom to express or transform. Like we can use someone's content as tool to our own content, right? But if we're watching this, if you're a content creator, I think most important message about this interview is just my opinion, to introducing the perspective from developers. So I would be really happy if you share what they're talking about in this video. I think for this video, I don't care about my own views, but I want to spread this message because this is real. And I want to respect their brave. They are risking themselves. So what I can do is asking you guys to spread this message. You can share this to anywhere. And also you can make reaction video, but if you do like a last 2 answers about message to Ubisoft department, and this person's...
Wait, he was emotional? I was being a bit emotional, but what I was saying was it would be great if you included the last part of this interview in your reaction / share of this video.
Message to Ubisoft department, and this person's struggle or dilemma. There's so many lies. I'm under attack of 2 lies from other content creator, the bigger than mine. But something I can promise to my viewer is that my channel, no lie, no bullshit. 100%. I guarantee. This is my channel. This is who I am. No bullshit, no lie. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like button and let me know anything about your thought in the comments. And please share this video. If you disagree with me, you can just take my part away and just share, because after I got this message, after I got this email, I realized that this person reached me out to express what they say in the end.
Shout out to Shohei Kondo. That was a good video. Very interesting information regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows. I like the 3-part series. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to link his video in the chat. And if for some reason you're not subscribed, you're more than welcome to subscribe to Shohei Kondo. He does amazing work.